Trust and respect in human relationships are the cornerstones of a peaceful and healthy life. However, there are some personality types that can shake or even destroy our relationships built on these foundations. So how do we recognize these personalities? And from a Stoic perspective, how can we deal with these people? This video aims to introduce you to 7 types of people who should not be trusted and respected, in the light of the philosophy of Stoicism. Each type we will discuss here represents personalities that we may encounter in our daily lives, often unknowingly damaging our relationships. Getting to know them will help us protect ourselves from the negative effects that these people can create. In our video, we will also cover in detail how you should act for each personality type by using Stoic teachings and how you can manage your relationships with such people. The information you will learn will guide you in establishing healthier and more balanced relationships. If you are interested in this type of content and want to make positive changes in your life, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, let's take an in-depth journey on why and how to avoid relationships where there is no trust and respect. Part 1. Those who think they are wise. Stoicism teaches that true wisdom is rare and usually manifests itself through quiet confidence. However, there are some people who present their own opinions as absolute truth and belittle the opinions of others. These people are known as those who think they are wise and are far from true wisdom. So how can we deal with such people? The first step is to not be influenced by their words. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of evaluating all information critically. When you encounter a person who thinks they are wise, filter the ideas they offer with your own knowledge and experience. Even the things they claim to be absolutely true deserve to be questioned. Another effective method against these people is to humbly question their ideas. Try to make them think with your questions. This provides an opportunity to test the strength of their arguments, and perhaps even show them the flaws in their ideas. However, be careful to maintain a framework of mutual respect. Remember, wisdom in Stoicism is not just about knowledge, but also about how to use it. True wisdom is found in a structure that constantly improves itself and helps others. Therefore, when you encounter people who consider themselves wise, try to achieve true wisdom by aligning their teachings with your own life practice. Finally, always trust your inner voice. Someone who considers himself wise may mislead you, but your own experiences and self-assessment are your strongest guides. Stoics state that inner guidance and personal experience are very important as a counterbalance to external information. Discovering your own inner barriers and taking a firm stand against such people are solid steps to take on the path to becoming a true sage. Part 2. The arrogant and self-superior. Stoicism teaches that personal development and the pursuit of wisdom begin with humility. Arrogance refers to a lack of self-awareness and a tendency to underestimate the value of others. Such people, whom we often encounter in our society, can have harmful effects, especially in personal relationships and in the community. So, from a Stoic perspective, how can we deal with arrogant and self-righteous people? When dealing with arrogant people, it is important to be careful not to feed their egos even more. When dealing with such people, it is necessary to express your criticisms in a constructive manner and avoid personal attacks. You can also maintain your firm stance by presenting your own thoughts against their views with a strong logical framework. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of keeping the ego under control. Therefore, when you encounter an arrogant person, create an inner distance so that their behavior does not disturb your personal peace. This distance will prevent their words or behaviors from affecting you deeply. In addition, arrogant people often exhibit a defensive attitude towards criticism. Therefore, it is important to be patient and understanding in your dialogues with them. If you really want to change their minds, it may be more effective to encourage them to think with questions rather than direct criticism. Finally, Stoicism reminds us that each individual has their own unique values and weaknesses. When you interact with an arrogant person, it is important to remember that they also have the potential to learn and change. Considering this potential, you can perhaps help them overcome their arrogance by approaching them with empathy. What should you do to improve your self-confidence? Our article titled, Self-Confidence, What Should We Do to Improve?, provides in-depth information on this subject. Don't forget to read the article for strategies and tips to increase your self-confidence. You can access the link to the article from both the comments section and the description section. Discover the difference in your life by increasing your self-confidence. Part 3. Manipulative Personalities. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of truth and transparency. Manipulative people, on the other hand, exhibit behaviors that are completely opposite to these values. They try to direct and manipulate others in order to look after their own interests. Such people can create insecurity and unrest in our relationships and in society. So, how can we deal with manipulative people from a Stoic perspective? First of all, it is important to recognize manipulative behaviors. These people usually try to control you by using emotional manipulation techniques. These techniques include creating a sense of guilt, exaggerated praise or criticism, lies and distortions. Noticing such behaviors is the first step in protecting yourself from their influence. When dealing with manipulative people, it is very important to set boundaries and protect these boundaries resolutely. Not falling into their games and taking a clear stance will reduce the impact of their manipulations. In Stoic philosophy, it is essential to focus on what is within our control. We may not be able to control the behavior of manipulative people, but we can control how we respond to them. It is also important to communicate openly and honestly with manipulative people. It is necessary to address their distortions and lies directly and calmly, to reveal the truth and clarify the situation. This will thwart their manipulations and reduce their impact on you. Finally, you can seek support as a way to protect yourself in your relationships with manipulative people. Sharing the situation with trusted friends or family and getting their perspective can help you better understand and cope with the effects of manipulation. From a Stoic perspective, by taking a careful and determined stance against manipulative people, you can protect your own inner peace and build healthy relationships. Part 4. Emotional Abusers. Stoicism argues that people can live more peaceful and happy lives by maintaining emotional balance. However, emotional abusers are people who disrupt this balance and harm others by controlling their emotions. These types of people can cause serious damage, especially in close relationships. So how do we deal with emotional abusers from a Stoic perspective? Recognizing the signs of emotional abuse is the first step in dealing with such people. Emotional abusers usually constantly criticize, belittle, blame, and control. Over time, these behaviors damage the person's self-confidence and make them feel worthless. Recognizing emotional abusers will protect you from such harmful effects. In Stoic philosophy, it is essential to realize our own inner strength and value. Emotional abusers try to establish superiority by using the weaknesses of others. Therefore, being aware of your own value and not giving undue importance to their words and behaviors is the key to maintaining inner balance. When dealing with emotional abusers, it is very important to set boundaries. You should take a clear and determined stance against them and not allow them to exceed these boundaries. This will prevent their attempts at control and protect you. In addition, being open and honest when expressing yourself will reduce the impact of their manipulations. Seeking support is also an effective method in dealing with emotional abusers. Sharing the situation with friends or family you trust will allow you to become emotionally stronger with their support. In addition, getting professional help can also help you in this process. From a Stoic perspective, you can deal with emotional abusers by protecting your inner strength, setting boundaries, and seeking support. These approaches will help you maintain your emotional balance and build healthier relationships. Remember, being aware of your own value and protecting this value is the most powerful way to prevent all kinds of abuse. Part 5. Constant Lies. Stoicism teaches that honesty and integrity are the cornerstones of life. However, there are some people who constantly lie and try to deceive others. People who constantly lie damage trust and create distrust in their environment. So, how can we deal with such people from a Stoic perspective? First of all, it is important to recognize lies and understand their harm. Lies open deep wounds in relationships and undermine trust between people. When you encounter such people, you should use your critical thinking skills to notice their lies and distinguish the truth. Stoic philosophy advises us to focus on things that are within our own control. We may not be able to control the behavior of people who lie, but we can control how we react to them. Therefore, remaining unresponsive to their lies and defending our own truths is a way to preserve our inner peace. It is very important to be open and clear when communicating with people who lie. It is necessary to address their lies directly and calmly and reveal the truth. This will nullify their lies and reduce their impact on you. Finally, you may need to review your relationships with people who constantly lie and, if necessary, end these relationships. Stoic philosophy emphasizes staying away from unhealthy relationships and maintaining inner peace. If a person constantly lies and this negatively affects your mental health, there is no point in continuing such relationships. From a Stoic perspective, you can preserve your inner peace and truthfulness by taking a careful and determined stance against people who constantly lie. This will help you establish healthier and more trusting relationships. Stoicism advises us to focus on what is within our control. We may not be able to change the behavior of those who blame others, but we can control how we respond to them. Therefore, instead of defending themselves against their accusations, you can maintain your inner peace by maintaining your own stance and truth. Finally, you may need to review your relationships with such people and distance yourself if necessary. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of healthy and balanced relationships. If a person constantly blames others and this negatively affects your mental health, you should avoid such relationships.